Hello everyone, welcome, welcome. I think my sound is working here. Oh, doesn't look like it's working. Oh no. Let's see. Hi, I think you guys can't hear me. Is that correct? Back to forward. Oh no. You can hear me. Oh, okay, good. It doesn't look like, oh, thank you guys for letting me know. It didn't look like you could. All right. Well, let me go back to forward facing. Ah, great. Wonderful. Well, welcome to the April Stampin' Craft. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. Today, we're going to create a couple cards featuring some of the kits that came out in the April Hero Studio release. We're going to be creating this card that features the card kit for April, which actually is still available. Both cameras are working. Thank you, Rosie. And then we're also going to create this bonus card. This one features the April stamp and cut of the month, which is actually a really cool two-step stamp set. I think these ones are so fun. I do something very simple for this card, but these two-step stamp sets, especially when they have a fairly solid base, there's a lot of fun kind of stamping techniques you can do with them. So I think this is a really great set, not to mention it's just so beautiful. So I'm excited about this one too. We're going to start though with the card kit. And if you've never joined any of our Stampin' Craft lives before, we take that month's kit, which is actually at the very end of the month. So this month is April. April's almost over. You can still actually purchase any of the products that you see me use today. They're still available. But today's the last day, and I do at the very end of this live, after we create two cards, I share a sneak peek of next month's, so May's card kit of the month. So very exciting. All right, I'm going to switch over. Still waiting for your kit. I'm sorry, Tracy. Next week. Okay, yes. I think there was a box problem. It's like never ending. I think there was a box problem, and I'm going to move I wonder if I can do this right in the live. I'm going to move my picture down. There we go. So I'm sorry about that, but hopefully that will be fixed. Some of the sizes were different. Yeah, sneak peek's always fun. And the May kit is so awesome. Rosie knows, she's on our creative team. She knows the beautifulness and the tons of stuff that we have awaiting for you guys in the May card kit. So I'm excited to show that at the end. But let's start with our first card featuring the April card kit. And again, it's still available. So if you don't have it or you didn't order it, it's still available, but today's the last day. And let's grab the dies from this set. So in the April card kit, oh, and before I get going, the one thing I do want to note, if you do happen to have your kits, you can always craft along with me in these Stampin' Craft lives. The instructions and the supply list, all of that info is always on the blog a few days before the live. We try to shoot for Thursday, so the instructions for this card and the bonus card is all there. So if you do ever want to if you miss a step, or you want to get your supplies ready beforehand, that's there for you. Okay. Rosie says, I've had the kit for weeks and I still love a sneak peek. That's awesome. All right, so this April card kit came with so much. So a bunch of cardstocks. You also get some acetate sheets, A2 panels rather. I'm not using those today, but they are great, I think, with the terrarium theme. I am going to use these colored cardstocks. Now, when I actually made this original card, I didn't have the cardstocks that were included in the kit. I used some Hero Arts cardstocks. So we're going to kind of recreate this card, but using the cardstocks that were included in the kit. So we'll use those cardstocks. We'll also use this die set. This is basically all the standalone dies from the card kits. So standalone, what I mean by that is they're not necessarily coordinating a stamp set. There is a stamp set included in this kit, which we'll use for the sentiment. And there's coordinating dies for all the sentiments and the images in this stamp set. But we're not going to be really featuring this stamp set. But there's lots of videos on our Hero Arts YouTube channel showing you amazing card samples with this stamp set. I do a video too where I can show you how to combine the images in the stamp set with the standalone dies from the set as well. We're going to focus on this. The first thing I'm going to do is just cut out all my images. There are a lot, and I'm going to start with the terrarium itself. So the white terrarium kind of dome and the base, which is black. So I'm going to start with that large die there, and I'm going to go ahead and grab the base too. So this is clearly lots of die cutting, and I have the cardstock here kind of cut out into these long strips. These are scraps. So I'm going to use these for today, but they're the same colors, and I'll point out when I'm using a color that's different because the flowers, there's no cardstocks included in the kit that create the yellow for the flowers or the butterflies. So I do use some cardstocks that aren't included in the kit, just so you know, and I'll point those out. Are you guys having a wonderful Sunday? It is beautiful weather here. We have been so lucky here in Arizona, which is where I'm at. It hasn't been too hot, which is really unusual. Oh, Tracy says, yes, Tracy, that's it. The weather's really nice right now. I'm very happy for it to be like, I think we're only going to get it to the low 90s today, which is pretty good for Arizona. Pretty good. I have an A2 panel of white cardstock that I'm going to use to die cut the dome because I need a big piece of white cardstock for that. We were so lucky too to also have a pretty mild Easter last weekend, so that was nice. We've been very fortunate. I'm sure the heat is coming. It's on its way. And we have some big news in my house. We adopted 2 little kittens, a brother and a sister. And they are running around here. And if you may even get a glimpse of them. They are fearless and they love to climb up on my table and my work surface. So if they're awake, which I think they're asleep right now, they might come up here and you guys will get a look. Ooh. Thanks. Oh, thanks, Rachel. Yeah, we're real excited. We've been talking about getting some kittens for a long time, and this opportunity just kind of fell in our lap, and we're like, well, we're going to take it. And it's been such a blessing so far. They have been so fun. And I've never owned 2 kittens at the same time. And it's really fun to see how they play together, and I'm now feeling really glad that we got 2 because they have each other to keep company, and they leave my older kitty alone. They give her a break, which she is, I think, also grateful for too, even though she might be a little bit mad at me that I brought in some other kitties into the house. All right, for the ground, for the soil layer, I am going to grab the 2 browns. I'm trying to read the comments here. Congratulations to your son, Lisa. Oh, I missed what happened to Lisa. Oh, you said, oh, Lisa, I see it now. Your son became a police officer in Arizona. Oh, that's awesome. That's wonderful. So these are the 2 browns that came with the kit. I'm going to actually die cut the darker brown with that soil layer. They're very entertaining. Yes, Lisa, they've been very entertaining. And they, like I said, I was wanting to get siblings because I was hoping, I had 2 cats. We've had 2 cats for a very long time, and then one of my kitties passed away. But my 2 kitties never really got along. They like tolerated each other's existence, but that was about it. And I was always kind of sad that they didn't like sit together and lay together or play together or anything like that. I was always sad that they didn't do that. So I thought, well, I wonder if I get siblings, they're more likely to do that, you know, because they've grown up together. And so far, that's been the case. They've been they will sleep together, they'll play together. They've been really happy, and I've been pleased by that. He's in Scottsdale. Oh, Scottsdale's a great place. That's a great place. That's a great place to be a cop, I think. We were just in Scottsdale yesterday. We do this every year. We did it kind of light this year, but there's a convention. I don't know how to describe it. Convention sounds so formal because it's really not formal, but it does have classes. But it's called Tiki Oasis. An event sounds better. It's called Tiki Oasis, and this organization rents out the whole Hotel Valley Ho. And if you're not familiar with Arizona, that's a historic hotel, all mid-century modern, really beautiful, been updated, so it's nice to stay in. And they rent that whole place out, and they have seminars about cocktail drinks or creating a tiki bar, or even down a lot of Disney. There's a lot of Disney kind of overlap with this kind of community. So there'll be a lot of Disney kind of seminars too, like skippers, you know, for the Jungle Cruise. It's a really fun event. And we were there yesterday in Scottsdale at the Hotel Valley Ho, just enjoying their open market and just kind of, and the best thing of all is everybody comes to this event dressed up in their vintage Hawaiian wear, and it's so fun to see. All right, now I'm going to trace. So do something a little different. I want to quickly add, for the original, I inlaid all these little rocks. That's kind of a lot. I'm going to die cut them. That saves me, or I'm not going to die cut them. I'm going to layer them. It's going to save me a lot of trouble. So I'm going to just place this die cut down onto our lighter brown and trace around it. We don't have to do the best tracing ever. But just get a general there. So that's what I'm left with, something like that. So I'm going to cut that around. Oh, Trace, you're going to be in Phoenix for the SWS conference for therapists. Oh, wow. I hope it won't be too hot for you, Tracy. It probably will be, but maybe you can find a nice, cool pool to escape to for a little bit. So now I'm just going to cut this out. And it's a little awkward, so I'm going to cut it down, cut the cardstock down a little bit, and then do a better cut here. It's a big piece to hold. And just cut along there. But we were very light this year. We didn't do any of the classes, though I've taken some of the classes before and they're really fun. Sometimes they even have like flower making classes or making hats and stuff. It's such a culture almost. Definitely a niche. All right, now that that's cut out, I'm going to, hello Pamela, welcome. Line it up and see how I did. Do I have any places that I need to cut more off? I think I only see one little spot over here, so that's it. Yeah, I think it's very cool. I love the event. It's really kind of for all ages. And I love seeing the vintage clothing. That's kind of my favorite thing, is to see all the, like, they have a caftan parade where all these ladies and even some men will be wearing their gorgeous caftans and parade around the pool and the outdoor market, and it's really fun to see. And then they'll do, and I forgot what they do a parade too that's mainly male clothes. I don't know what it's called. It's like a set, a matching Hawaiian like shirt and short set. And there's a name for it, but I can't remember what it's called. And they also parade around too. It's fun to see. And they're big hams and being silly. And it's a fun event. A lot of people bring their pets and they'll be dressed up too. So that's fun to see. But we were so lucky because the weather was nice yesterday. Usually it's almost too hot at this time of the year for something like that, an outdoor event. But it's very nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue these together just so I don't lose them. Make them one piece. And there we go. Very easily have our soil for our bottom. So we have our soil, and we can actually go ahead and glue our soil to that terrarium base. Libby's here. Hi, Libby. Oh, that's so awesome. And I'll glue that down. There we go. And we got that part done. Set that aside. And now we got lots of die cutting to do. Okay. We're actually done with the brown and black, or not quite done with the black. We do have a butterfly to cut out. I'm going to wait and do it all together. Otherwise, I think it gets so confusing if we just start die cutting all the parts out at once. We're going to now die cut the base grass layer. Oh, Pamela says, oh my gosh, I've got a caftan for my father when I was 20. He went to Hawaii. That's awesome. Yep, they parade around with them. They're beautiful. They're all different like eras kind of, or different decades. You see caftans from the 60s, caftans from the 70s, and then even some modern caftans. It's fun to see. All right, green. So we're going to go with our medium shade of green. So there's 3 shades of green included in the kit. And again, these are my scraps, but you can still see the 3 shades. I'm going to cut out that grass in this medium shade. And the grass die looks like this. And we're keeping it real simple today. I am not actually doing any ink blending, which is like kind of shocking for me. I almost always have to ink blend my die cuts. I don't know what reason I feel the need. It's because I must make things more complicated, but it adds so much depth if you do it. But these dies are so pretty, and there's so much going on with all the mushrooms and the flowers and, you know, the different kinds of leaves. I don't even think you need it. Like, I didn't miss it at all. So there's our grass. That's going to go like so. And this will be interesting to see this card recreated with the flower or the papers that were included in the kit. Your parents were caftans? That's awesome. Yes, I never actually heard of them until Tikio, till I kind of started looking into vintage Hawaiian clothes. And then I was like, oh, what is this? I have what I own, which of course, part of the reason why I love the event is because I like to wear, I like vintage clothing, period. And I have some of my own from like the 60s, and I love them. I do have some 70s too. But I have these long, beautiful, a little bit more, I think what you would have worn to a luau back then. So a little bit more fitted, but still flowing, and beautiful prints. That's what I love about them, the prints. Isn't this kit so good, Hope? I love this month's kit. I think it is gorgeous. I'm going to grab this die here, and that's going to be all of our moss in the back, which is here. We're going to die cut that out of our light cardstock, our light green. So again, we have 3 shades of green. We're going to do the light green for that part. Yes, I love this month's kit. I love all the green. I love the terrarium theme. I even got my husband a terrarium for Christmas. They're just so cool. He's getting into wanting to create like a little ecosystem, building a little ecosystem. Ooh, I love those colors. So pretty. All right, I'm just moving right along. Let's move on to our leaves. We'll start with our darker leaves here. There's three. There's a teeny one, a medium, and a large. Grab those dies, and those will cut out of our darkest cardstock, which is this fern. I wish so too, Pamela. I think they're getting things together. I always say that because I genuinely think they are. And then there's some kind of new problem that comes up. And I think this time it was the boxes. A lot of the dies, I don't know if you guys have noticed, a lot of the dies, and this kit is one of, I think you can see it in this kit is how I should say it. There are different sizes than what you normally see out there on the market for a product, right? There's a lot of dies. This has got a lot of dies. Hold it like that so you can see. And they're big. And we've moved to packaging all of your products in your card kits instead of just kind of having them in envelopes. We've moved to putting them in like formal packaging. And you know, it's like all these little changes, somehow that's a point where there can be a hiccup, and that was the hiccup this time. Is I guess the packaging was too big, ended up being too big for our typical boxes, and that was a realization I think that happened later. It's such a bummer. It's like, gosh, why can't we get this back on track again? I think we were getting there, but it's just, you know, all these little kinks that kind of pop up. Oh, no worries, Libby. I sold some. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Sold your studio lights. Yikes. I can't imagine. How many lights do I have now? 6 lights. I understand, Pamela. I get it. I know. I want you guys to have them too. Especially, I would love for you guys to be able to craft along. So it's progress. It's just painfully incremental progress. But we're getting there. We're getting there. All right. The final leaves that we're going to cut out are those ferns. I get it, Carolyn. I'm sad too. It stinks. It's like, why can't we do it? This leaf. I think I made it mixed up here. I think I got my leaves mixed. I think I got my dies mixed up. I think this leaf is from the die of the month. It is. Oh my gosh. That's a pretty big mistake. Yikes, Shannon. Okay, this is the right die. He goes with this, right? Did I get that right? Or did I wrong before? Now I'm so confused. Well, I'm going to use this because that's what I used before, but I think I got my leaves mixed up, my dies mixed up. That's what I should say. Oh, thanks, Carolyn. I know. Me too. Me too. I want us to get back on track. Yikes. Yes, it was mixed up. Thanks, Rosie. What? How did I don't know. How do I do that? Well, it's because I'm a hot mess. I put stuff away and they fall off on my things, and then I'm like, can't remember. But thanks to the original, I noticed. All right, the ferns. So I ironically did not cut the ferns out of the fern colored cardstock, but I went for the medium green. Oh, get out of there. It's twisty. I think ferns are so pretty. They're one of my favorite leaves. I think there's just all the swirls, you know, and the shape of the leaves. They're just so pretty. Lots of detail. Yeah, big changes. No kidding. Slowly but surely, I think it's getting there. Okay. So, ooh, you guys, I like the way this is looking. I like the greens together. It's so pretty and fresh. It'll be really fun. I think I said this, maybe I didn't actually say this, but I was thinking it. It'll be fun to see this one finished next to this one. That'll be fun to see. Just the different feel. It's so amazing. Color, the power of color, right? Okay, let's do rocks. There's 2 dies for the rocks, a base layer and a detail layer. Creates 2 rocks because they're tied together, which is nice. You got 2 grays in the kit, a light and a dark. So I'm going to cut those out. Swirling leaves. I love leaves. Leaves and butterflies. And am I doing this right? Nope. I want the detail layer cut out with the lighter gray, which is very light gray. Yeah, butterflies, leaves. There's one other thing that I recently added. Oh, my older. Who's coming up here? Oh, the kitten's coming up here. Kitten's behind me. Let's see if she comes onto the table. Who is it? Oh, yep, it's V. It's our little girl, Kitty. She might come up here. Pop those out. And my girls spent the night at their cousin's house, or I guess their aunt and uncle's house. So it's so quiet today. It's been so quiet this morning. And it's weird. It's very weird. I was able to get stuff done, which is also weird. Snowflakes. Snowflakes are awesome. Definitely those. You can't go wrong with those. I cannot remember the other thing I was thinking. I was like, I need to add that onto my list of things. Leaves and butterflies have always been on my list. Like I can never get enough. I need every one, every die set, every stamp set. Just, I feel like they're so universal. You can use them for so many different themes. She's trying to get, oh, Oliver's coming over here too. Oh, geez. Both of them are coming. They're right now sitting behind my chair because I don't sit all the way back in my chair. So they're right in this little gap between my back and the chair back. I kind of like don't want them to come up here though, because I think they'll make a mess. But I do want you guys to see them. So I do hope they come so you can see them. But I'm also worried because they like start knocking things over. And being klutzes. Okay, let's glue these layers together. Turn our rocks over the right way. Get our layers the right way. So I'm going to show you a little trick. I've done this before, but I think it's been a little while, so I'll show it again. I love liquid glue, but yes, it can get everywhere, especially on these little die cuts. It can kind of squish out everywhere. So my solution for that is if you have some scrap paper, which I have some scrap paper here. I've got the glue on this on the back side. I'm just going to press it down. And that gets rid of all that excess. And then you can stick it down. It's still got plenty of glue on it though. And now you have no glue kind of squishing out from the sides or anything. So that's my little trick I do for liquid glue with detail stuff. And I really like the Hero Arts Precision Glue. It's a little bit thicker, so it's not as easy to get like in all these teeny tiny spots, but because of that little trick, I don't have any problem with gluing with it. That helps a lot. It spreads the glue out a little bit too. Oops. There we go. There we got our 2 rocks. That's cool looking. Oh, that's high contrast. I wouldn't normally do that. Yes, if the camera goes wonky, I should have used this excuse when I make mistakes in the past. I I should always have blamed it on the kittens. Now I can. Guys, you have another additional perk. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. All right. Next one, we'll do the stump. Oh, that's good. I'm so glad that was helpful for you. Yeah, it is so simple. Oops, that's a mushroom. That's not what I want to do. I want to do the tree stump, but we'll do the mushroom in a minute. So I'll leave that out. 2 layers again for the tree stump, just like the rocks. You have the actual kind of base and then the top. We're going to grab our browns. I guess I lied. We're not done with our browns. I forgot about this one. Grab our 2 browns from the kit. Very easy. The trunk is going to be the darker. Let's try to cut both these out at once. Let's move these things along here. I'm kind of probably notorious for having the longest lives in history. I'm trying to be faster. I just like to pack in so much stuff, and I always like to make sure I do 2 cards for you guys, because we have more than one kit, you know. We have card kits and stamp and cut kits and die kits. So several in the month, and I feel like I can't give them all as much love as I'd like to, but can at least do something in addition to the card kit. All right, got those 2 cut out at once. That was nice. There's our trunk and our top. Well, they are, wait, are you both still back there? Oh, they're both still back there. I thought they jumped away. And he fits right on there. So cute. I love that little tree stump. He's adorable. Oh, good. I'm glad you find it relaxing, Hope. I always worry it's too long. I try to not. That makes me feel better that it's not too bad. The nice thing, though, is you can always, you can always step out. I understand. 2 hours can be a big commitment. Do you guys do anything on Sundays? We always get together as a family. So after my live, I'll go over to my mom's house and we will probably play games and then eat dinner. Ooh, I do have to ask her if she needs me to make dinner. My mom had hip surgery. So I'm cutting out real quick the base of my mushrooms out of the cream cardstock. So there's a very light cream included in the kit. We're going to cut that out. So far, everything I've used has been from the kit except for the black and white cardstock. So we haven't got to any of the outside of the kit colors yet. And she's doing really good. She's doing real good. She's getting some more mobility. She was in so much pain, I didn't even realize. Like, she told us she was in pain, but I didn't it took the surgery for me to really understand, which I'm not proud to say. I feel bad that I wasn't getting it, because she said immediately after the surgery she felt better, like immediately. So I'm like thinking, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Like, I'm like finally understanding you're having pain even when you're not moving. So I'm real happy that she's doing so well and she's starting to feel better and getting more and more mobile every day. Ouch, they're climbing on my back. Oh, Oliver's going to come to the table. Let's see if he gets on camera. There he is. There's Oliver. He's an orange tabby. And we'll see how long this goes. He can be here without causing problems. I'm not sure. They like to sit on my keyboard too. That's the problem. You can't sit on my keyboard. You can't. That's the one place you can't go. A lot of stuff. Maybe if I put something there, he'll not want to sit there. Let's put like some scissors and stuff. Like, he won't want to sit. That's cats though for you, right? Like the worst like the thing I don't want them to go to, that's the thing they go to first. Oh, geez. He's going right. He's still going to the keyboard. Dude, no. You might have to go back on the ground. Okay, he's going right back to the keyboard, which means I'm taking you and putting you back in the chair. Play with your sister. Because I think he could end the live. Yesterday, they renamed one of my cameras. They named it to like apostrophe semicolon. And I don't even know how they did that. So I'm just like scared he's going to do something I don't know how to fix. All right, we'll glue that together. And you know what I've been surprised by is how he's after the mouse. He might be. What I'm surprised is that they're actually really loving too. They're pretty affectionate. They want to sit where they want to be where you are. You know, you want to be where you are. They will come and sit on your lap and take a nap sometimes too. So I was just they've just been a real blessing in our house. We're just so excited to have them. Oh no! Of all the places to fall. Fall right on my mushroom. Isn't this red though? This red cardstock. This red color has my whole heart. It's called Poppy. So pretty. I love this color so much. Clearly, it's like basically the color of my nails. So it's just a bright, warm red. Really pretty. Look at those mushrooms. They're so cute. What are you playing with now? Don't unplug anything. And that's the other thing that we're learning is our kitties, we've had old kitties for so long and they don't really get into trouble. Now they're getting into trouble all the time. These cats are always getting in trouble. They're playing with things my older kitties never played with, like wires or climbing up the curtains. Like my older kitties never did that. So we're having to adjust. Guys, we're almost done die cutting everything. We only have the flowers and the butterfly. That's it. Flowers are awesome because they're grouped together. So you have the base flowers and a detail for the flowers, but these could be separated and be used independently. You don't have to layer them at all. In fact, I'm not even sure they were intended to be layered, but that's how I use them. I'm going to cut them out of some yellow cardstocks, a light and a dark. Now, these are not included in the kit, so any yellow really will do, a light and a dark. We're going to cut the base out of the light and the detail out of the dark. Those together. Baby proofing, totally, Rosie. Like, I was not prepared. I should have like known better. The other thing is they like to climb on, which actually scares me, and we had to block it off, is the we have a mirror that has like felt, like it's a full length mirror and it has like almost like velvet around the board, like a velvet border, a velvet frame. There we go. That's how we say that. And they realize they can climb up that. And I don't know how well my husband secured it to the wall that it can handle 2 kittens climbing all over it. So we've had to basically block that off from them. All right, we cut these. And they only have like mildly been annoying my older cat. She's been really good. I've been so proud of her. She gets definitely annoyed with them, but for the most part, she'll just walk away. She'll just leave. She might hiss, might swat, but they'll be like falling on her. They'll climb somewhere where they shouldn't and fall on her. And that's like when she gets upset. And I kind of like, I understand. Like, I get that. I'm going to go ahead and glue these together before I lose them because I'm afraid these ones will get lost. You can see this card's coming together pretty quickly. It's just some die cutting, very simple. But so fun. And the best part is that all these little dies, even though they were designed to go with this terrarium set, a lot of them can be used independently. And we had a couple people from our creative team who actually created little scenes, but outside of the terrarium. They didn't put it inside of a terrarium. They just made little scenes on their cards. And I thought that was so pretty. Okay. Our flowers are done. They have 2 layers. Do they sleep through the night? No. But they're not, we can let them have reign of the house and even be around our older kitty. And they're fine. So yeah, they're awake. They're not awake all night. They do sleep because I think that's normal. Oh, one of them found a mouse toy and is playing with it. Cute. And you know what they do, guys, that I'm so excited because my older kitties never did this. They'll take toys and they'll carry it in their mouths. They'll carry little toys in their mouths and run around the house. Oh, actually, they did show one of my girls' socks. So cute. Ugh, it's adorable. All right, the butterfly. 2 layers for the butterfly, which is nice. Oh, gosh, he's really stuck on there. So we have a base and a detail. I'm going to cut the base out of a really orangey, kind of rusty orange. I love this color, like a pumpkin. So pretty. And then we'll cut the detail layer out of black, just making a monarch butterfly. But this could be blue and black. That'd be pretty too. That's such a great idea, Hope. Combining this with the gnomes. Yes. That's a brilliant idea. So perfect. And the scale is really good for them. This is a great scale for the gnomes. Oh, I love that idea, Hope. That's so good. Those gnomes were such a fun set. That's really smart. All right. And now we'll die cut the detail layer out. Oops, there goes my glue. And we're probably going to have to do that glue technique for this detail layer for the butterfly. And then we have like all of our pieces die cut and glued together after that to put this card together. Oh my gosh, look at that butterfly die cut. So pretty with those intricate cuts in the wing. Oh, so pretty. It's your It's your mom's birthday, Cheryl. Happy birthday to your mom. Oh, that's awesome. I hope she had a wonderful day. It's been such a nice weekend. Really nice. Now we have to ask now's the card maker's shame game. So whatever, because I am the worst at this, so don't feel bad if your answer is no. So I'm giving you a totally grace here. But did you have a card for your mom? Because, oh, I'm so bad at giving cards. So bad. I forget or whatever. Oh, your mom's 82. That's awesome. She's the one that got you into card making. I love that. So then you must have had a card for her, right? I am the worst, the absolute worst at getting my cards out. So don't feel bad if you didn't. I'm trying to do better, but I'm still terrible. Grab my scrap paper. Rosie says, I never make cards to the family, right? Isn't it? We're terrible. How is it? Why are we this way, right? But it is so much funner to see, but your mom, Cheryl, is a card maker. So it's fun to give cards to other card makers. Like it's more fun because they know, the work. They can appreciate the techniques maybe that are in there that you've used. So it is more fun to give. My sister's a card maker, so I love to give her cards because she understands. Okay. Put that together. A little wiggle. Match up that antennae. And that's it. Everything's ready to go. All right. So we're going to start putting this together. Oops. See, that's been happening too. I don't know what's going on with that. Like I'm losing connection. Sorry, guys. I don't know why that's happening. I can't say it's the cats. It's not them. They are right here playing with the toy mouse, but I don't think it's them. Something's going on with our, I don't know, my phone connection. All right, we're going to start laying this out, putting this all together. I'm going to arrange everything on the dome, and then I'm going to pick it up with a piece and press and seal. So I got to make sure I have it here ready to go, which I think I put it in a different spot. So I got to go get it. All right. Right, Rosie? I can't actually blame them. They're fine. They didn't do anything. I don't know what's going on. I noticed it just happening a tiny bit before I started the live, and then it stopped. Like once I started it, it kind of stopped, and then I don't know why that's happened all of a sudden. All right. Got a nice sticky piece of press and seal. Let's arrange everything. I'm going to start with the stuff in the back. Now he is playing with the wires for my lights. Dude, play with your little mouse someplace else. Go play with it over there. Stinker. Let's arrange that. Ooh, I really like these greens. Cheryl, that one is so good, right? The pear blossom blowout candle. So good. Oops, this got shifted. If you guys aren't familiar with what Cheryl's talking about, pear blossom has all these amazing, very easy to incorporate into your card design light up kits. Kind of kit sounds like making it sound too complicated. That's what's great about pear blossom. She makes it very uncomplicated, very simple to do. But she came out with this light up mechanism that when you blow on it, so like for a candle, it's perfect for a candle. So you have it light up behind a candle, and then you blow actually with your breath onto the paper, onto the candle of your card, and the light will go out. Isn't that crazy? I have no idea how that's done. No, I have no idea how that's done. So brilliant. Perfect for a candle, right? Like just such a good idea for a candle. All right. I'm going to go ahead and glue this. I'm thinking and this is what I had in my instructions, so I should just follow my instructions, is put together this base here. I can glue all these parts on, so let's do it. That'll make it one less thing, Well, several less things to worry about. I'm going to glue the grass right to the soil. Perfect. So I am fighting all my urges to ink blend that. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. It looks good all on its own. Now we'll do the moss. I feel like these are moss, these moss pieces. Just add a little bit of glue. And I'm looking at my original, even though it went like that. Okay. Change of plans. Put some glue down here. I'm looking at my original for a reference. Oh, they're fighting, but they're fine. Though you guys don't sound fine. You sound mad. Oops, I got glue on that. Had a gluey finger. I'll show you a tool when this is dry a little bit for getting excess glue off, which is really handy if you're kind of klutzy like me. I'll glue there. And I don't think I actually need my third little piece of moss, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't think I need it. So now we'll glue our tree trunk, tree stump down. How cute is this looking? Oh my gosh, look at that little scene. And then let's do the rocks. I did not think I was going to like these two grays together because I felt like the contrast was too much, but I actually love it. See, sometimes I have to not think I know everything, which is actually not that hard to do, but try things, try different things, I guess. Oh, I love the way those rocks turned out. All right, this is an adhesive eraser. So I had glue on my finger. When I pushed the die cut down, I got glue on there. This is great for getting rid of excess adhesive. It doesn't mess up your paper as long as the glue is dry. You just want to make sure the glue is dry before you try to rub it off with that adhesive eraser. All right. I think we can even tuck in some of these mushrooms and then we'll finish with the leaves. Gosh, I love those mushrooms. They're so cute. Lisa, you like the darker grays better? I see that. I can understand that. I mean, that was my go-to, was those darker grays. Whoops. He fell off. There we go. Those mushrooms are so cute. And we will be popping this all up with some foam adhesive. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. All right, let's add our flowers. How are we doing? 1 hour. I'm almost done with this card. I'm pretty good. Don't knock the lights over, please. That's another thing. I'm not learning how they're. I might not need it, Beth. I may not need it. I didn't expect to be gluing so much, but it didn't. It just made it easier, especially since I knew where I was going. I had my guide. The butterfly, he goes here. Oh, so cute. Yeah, I could definitely glue him. Glue his little legs. Stick that down. I I think I'll use the press and seal for the leaves, but that's it. I can glue this one down though. So the bigger leaves, two big leaves, two big ferns. Hold that for just a second. All right. Stay there. Okay. Let's get these kind of arranged. That looks pretty good to me. So I need to tuck that bottom in. I want to make sure I leave some room open at the top. Charlene, welcome. Hello, friend. That's pretty good. I want to leave some top space open, obviously, for that sentiment. All right. Almost done. Charlene creates some stunning cards with this kit. I love them. I think that's good. I keep messing. This is my toxic trait. I can't ever leave well enough alone. I got to keep messing. All right, I think I'm done there. We're going to pick it up with our press and seal. There we go. And we'll just use some foam adhesive to hold the last 4 leaves together to that base that we created, as well as, of course, add some dimension. All right, home stretch here. Got some pieces. Stick that down, hold those guys in place. Hi, Beth. Hello. I know, right? I think we all do it, right? Do you guys feel like you do the same thing? You mess with the arrangement. I also have to try the arrangement multiple ways to make sure that that's the best arrangement of the die cuts or whatever it is, the images. That's the same thing if I'm shopping. Like, for example, yesterday I was shopping at the marketplace, the Tiki marketplace, and I was tempted to buy some clothes that I found, but I couldn't pull the trigger until I had a chance to look at everything that was there at the market. But that didn't end up happening because we just got so busy with other things. But I got to try. I got to see like all my options. I'm always been one of those people who have to see all my options before I like, yes, that's the right choice. Even if I liked what I saw, it's like, I like this, but is there something better? I got to go see. All right, I think just a couple pieces of foam tape and we're good. I definitely do, Rosie says. I even take a photo and compare. Oh, Rosie, though, that's such a great tip, though. She says she takes a photo of her arrangements, right? And then, so if there's like 2 different arrangements or 4 or whatever, then look at them through the phone. I do the same thing, Rosie. It helps me so much. Sometimes I'm like, I can't decide. And then I take it in the photo. I take the 2 photos and look at them. And it's amazing how clear it becomes when in the photo. It makes no sense. Like, shouldn't my eyes be better at deciding than, like my eyes in real life than deciding from a photo, but nope, it's so much easier from a photo. Carry them around, buy nothing. Yep, Charlene, that's me too. That's me too. I think I may have put that. Yep, I got this foam a little too much showing in the back side there. We'll put it here instead. All right, we're going to do stab and grab. Take all the backings off with our tweezers. Get that. Kind of stab the foam tape and pull back. Grab it and pull back with the tweezers. It's so good. I do have a couple little pieces on the fern, but I didn't go crazy. You know, they're tiny, so I don't want to get, I would take forever to get tons of foam tape on there. You don't need that much. Oh, I didn't stamp my sentiment yet, but that's okay. We'll go for it. I believe we can do this. Oh, but this is, I think I removed this foam tape too early. I'm going to put that back on. On the very bottom, I think that's going to hang off of the dome, so I'm not ready for that. All right, last one. Oh, come on, grab it. All right. My phone eyes are much better than my real eyes, right, Rosie? Why is that? That should not be the case. All right, I have to stand. This is a Kathy Zilski tip, and it's the best ever. You got to stand to get stuff straight. You just have to. All right, much better. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I love it. It's so fun to play with these die cuts. They're just so awesome. And we have little dewdrops included in the kit. Let's add some. Let's go crazy. Let's change our card a bit. I have a panel already cut of some light teal cardstock. We're going to add that. Thanks, Rachel. Rachel also created some beautiful cards with the card kit. Rachel, Rosie, Charlene. Our creative team is seriously the best. The absolute best. And you guys, we have some fun creative team things coming in the future, and I cannot wait. Some fun things with the creative team coming in the future. I did not glue this to the card base yet, but that's okay. All right. A terrarium on back. I know, Rosie, isn't that how it always is? Whenever I see somebody play, like when I see your cards you create with the kits, and I've already created, my own cards, but then I'll show them during the spotlight, which, speaking of the spotlight, our May spotlight, I created the live already for it. So you can click that notification. That's going to be May 2nd. And I'll be showing the new Hero Studio, the May Hero Studio, which, again, I will be sneak peeking the card kit at the end of this live. But on the 2nd, you'll see all the other subscription options. And I share a bunch of cards from the creative team. And every card I see, I'm like, oh my gosh, this was such a good idea. And they get me all excited to play with the products again. And it's just, I love that energy. I love feeding off of each other's creative ideas. It sparks another idea. Just so fun. Okay, I'm going to grab the stamp set. They really are the best, Charlene. They really are. I used the You Are Magical. I'm going to pop that in there again. And I kind of wish I gave myself some more room. I should have had my sentiment stamp on my in my dome while I arranged everything, but there's still enough room. It works. I wonder if I can lift him up and bend him a little bit. Ooh, I can. Ooh, even better. Made some more room. I like that better. That worked out good. All right, I gotta make sure he's straight. Yep, looks straight. Okay, pick it up. We'll stamp it in, and here are its intensified black. This is an awesome black ink. It is waterproof as well as alcohol marker friendly. So I use it a ton. Ooh, it just fits. Are you straight? Well, we're gonna say you're straight. No, I feel like you're not straight. You're straight enough. If I have to stamp it and cut it out, that's the wonderful thing about this card kit. There are coordinating dies for all the sentiments. So if I do feel like I did just the worst job, I can always stamp it on another piece of paper. And you know what? It's not bad. Look at that. Stamp it on another piece of paper, die cut it out, and then put it on. That works too. There's that card. All I have left to do is glue it onto a card base, which I do have one here. I guess we could finish it up real quick. I'm going to use actually the tape runner to adhere it down. Oh, and we got to put the two cards side by side. I can't forget to do that. Just because I'm curious how the two colors, the other palette I went for more of a realistic, I think, palette. So they're more muted, natural colors. This is a little bit brighter. And I think it has like a cheerier look. And I just think that's so interesting. The two color palettes. Really pretty. Seeing them side by side, I do like some of the darker greens. But this does look so pretty with this seaside cardstock. Oh, love it. Thank you. All right. So that is our card kit card done. Okay, the next one, bum, 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 is the April Stamp and Cut. This is our bonus card. This card is a lot of stamping. So in this slide, we had the first card, a tons of die cutting. This card is a ton of stamping, but I am a stamper to my core. I've always been a stamper. I started stamping. That's how I actually started even doing my scrapbooks, was with stamping. So I'm not afraid of some lots of stamping. That doesn't make any sense, but I'm not afraid of doing a lot of stamping. And like I said before, this one's a great one because it's a really cool set. I'm just cleaning up here real quick so I don't lose anything and get reorganized. It's a great set because the stamp set has solid stamps, and there's just so many techniques you can do with them. We're not taking advantage of that really today, except for the kind of built-in technique of this set, which is the two-step stamping, where you stamp a base, and then you have a detail layer that goes on top. And this base, it's interesting, has two detail layers. You can choose either one, or you could layer them both on top of there, but I think it looks best with just either this detail layer or that one. Yeah, stamping core, kind of like cottage core. Stamper to my core. Yep. What would be stamper core? What would that be? Like, is it just your craft room? Is it? Oh, I know what it is. It's like ink organization shelves. That's stamper core. Wood block stamps. That's stamper core. That's what I'm going to say is stamper core. Your daughter does need a birthday. You don't have to run. Bye, Beth. Help your daughter. Your daughter needs, oh my gosh, does she have a birthday? Happy birthday to your daughter. That's a lot of leaves. It sure is a lot of leaves, right? It's a lot, but they're so pretty and they're pretty easy. Stamp life is like thug life. Yes, I am stamp life for sure. Got the stamp life. All right, I left my stamp out. Dang it. I got to put that away or I'll lose it. Okay. So we're going to stamp on some white cardstock, and I've got a bunch of colors picked out, a bunch. Ink pads are my weakness. Aren't they, Charlene? I agree. I have to have all the colors. Every color I have to have. Even if it's only a tiny, tiny tonal difference, I still need it, the other colors. I just need to have all the options. It's back to having all the options again. I need all the options. All right. Speaking of all the options, I've got out all of my, oh, it's getting real heated now in the comment section. I have all these Hero Arts greens that I'm going to use today, even some teals. We're going to use all these colors to get that contrast and just build up a beautiful, complex kind of palette. Grab some white cardstock. This is actually Nina Solar White. I got out the good stuff. I busted out the good stuff. And here is, which I've already pointed to several times, but here is that beautiful Stamp and Cut set, the April Stamp and Cut set, this awesome leaf stamp set. And you get these leaf dies as well. We're going to stamp a bunch of leaves and then die cut them out. And then I will actually create a little jig to do some of the smaller leaves. Because we stamp multiples of them, some of them are 3, like this one here has 2. What one has 3? This one has 3. This one has 4. So I stamp some of these multiple times. It's just easier to make a jig. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. And I'm going to use this as a guide. And we'll start with, let's just start at the top. Get my bearings here. This leaf I stamp multiple times. So since we're doing that leaf first, we'll start with the lightest color. It just makes cleanup a little bit easier. So stamp that leaf. And I guess I could do a jig for this one, but I'm not going to, because it's only 3 times. I do it mostly for the little ones because they're so tiny and they're kind of difficult to work with, die cut out, you know, so it's easier to line up the die once and then stamp. All right, we are going to start with this first light leaf here, and that is in Kiwi. So I kind of think of these as pairs. Start with Kiwi here. Stamp that. Oh my gosh, right away, pretty. I do love sentiment dies too, Cheryl. They're amazing. Just move it over, stamp the next layer. I think that shifted on me, so we'll pop that back down. And we'll do this one, which is Green Hills. And all of this is in the instructions, so if this gets a little confusing, I have it all written out, like which pairs I do together. So right now I'm only stamping the base, so you're missing the other half of the pair. The pairing, I should say. He might need to be re-inked. I re-inked some of my ink pads and I knew were dry, but I didn't think I realized this one was dry. And we'll do one more time. And this one is Paradise. Beautiful color. This one I did re-ink. How do you feel like stamping? Do you like stamping? I love it. Like I said before, that's where I started. That's how I started card making. That's actually how I started even into the paper crafting. But it feels like it's not touching all the way. I don't know what the deal is. Oh, that color. These colors. Oh, so pretty. Okay, that one's done. We just now have to do the top layers. So we got the base done for those. And remember I pointed that leaf had 2 options. One with lots of lines, one with fewer. I did the one with lots of lines a couple of times. Twice, and then I do the fewer on one. Don't think we can do these at the same time though. I don't know if I'm that good of an inker to avoid getting ink. I should have probably stamped them further apart. So I just lined up that detail layer to the stamp image. And this one was in the Green Hills. The darker color we're going to do is Fresh Lawn. Kind of go through phases. I get that, Charlene. I think I went through, am I out of it? Am I out of this phase yet? I don't know. I think I went through a very heavy layering stencil phase. And I still love them. They're still my top things. And I almost did the layering stencil for today's live, but I felt like this stamp set needed a little bit more education. So that's why I focused on this one instead. I felt like the stencil was pretty straightforward. And the stencil from this month is amazing. Why did I re-ink you? I should have re-inked you. You clearly need some more ink, dude. I go through phases every month. Right. I think I get that, Rosie. Sometimes something's just like, hidden. I will always love the Hero Arts bold prints, the clings. I will always love those. They're just amazing. Oh my gosh. And this April's, guys, I'll pull it out here. I don't like how I stamped this, but that's how it is. It's staying that way. I don't know why it looks so weird, but that's how it is. Does not look like the original. It's fine. Shannon, it's fine. It's fine. But I'll pull out the cling from this month. So good. The cling is so good. I think I always love those. Okay, this one, that was the Kiwi first. Now it's Green Hills, which was, again, the base for this. Lots of stamping. Woo. And I'm going to go fast just because there are so many things to stamp here. I love this detail layer for this leaf. We'll do one more. Oh, mixed media. I know. I go on mixed media kicks too, Rosie. I agree. Then mixed media does not get enough love, I think, sometimes. Or people are scared. I guess people are a little scared, and I was too. I was too scared. I was intimidated with mixed media, but once I realized that it can really be like you can make it your own, game changer. Libby actually got me interested in mixed media. And it just pairs so well with Hero Arts mediums and a lot of the clings and the stencils that we have. It's really a nice match, and they're really fun. That's what I love about mixed media is the technique. That is where you can really explore techniques. You don't have to be so rigid. Oh my gosh, that's Bermuda. You guys, look at how pretty they are. See, Libby, mixed media is life. Yep, Libby totally got me into mixed media. And I love it. I'm not as good. I'm still very much learning. But for me, my approach is technique, like playing around with technique. Yes, it was for me too, Rosie. I agree. All right. We got those guys done. Let's do these two here. I have 2 repeats. I'm just surveying now what I have. Those are repeats. And then everything else is a separate leaf. So that'll make things move along a little bit faster. Okay, this leaf. We're going to start with the light one, which is Arctic. And then it'll be Paradise for the detail. But we'll start with Arctic. Oh, you're too kind, Libby. Too kind, but I will take it. But mixed media does not come natural to me. I have to work at it. I get mad at myself with how I approach it. I don't feel like I'm as loose and as free and still too rigid. So it's a really good exercise for me to do mixed media because it does kind of force me to break some of those, to kind of step out of some of that rigidity. I can't say it. Some of my rigidness. There we go. We'll just skip it. But I'm nowhere where I want to be with it. Nowhere as creative and playful and explorative as I'd like to be. Because again, I want it to, like, it has to look good. It has to look good. It doesn't always have to look good. Sometimes it doesn't matter if it looks bad. Sometimes it's more important about what you learned from the process. That is moss. I love moss. One of my favorite colors. I love olive greens. Clean mixed media. Exactly. Clean mixed media is definitely my aesthetic. I like that aesthetic more. But I try to get myself to play more and think more outside the box. That's what I'm really doing. Trying to think more outside the box. Okay, so this leaf I just stamped here. The detail layer for that is here. Point that out in case you have a hard time finding it. And Arctic, and the next layer is Paradise. I re-inked my Arctic and Paradise, and I think that was such a good thing to do. So I think my Paradise could have used even more ink. Oh, pretty. You guys, these leaves are so pretty. Now so I did hint that there's lots of techniques that you can do with these solid leaves, but I unfortunately don't really have time to show any of that today, but I can tell you kind of what a good idea, I think. Ombre ink pads. Using some ombre ink pads to create gradations for the base layer. So good. They're not huge though. Leaves aren't huge, so you're not going to get a ton of. You won't be able to get all three colors probably, but you can definitely get two. Okay, so this is the detail layer for that moss leaf, which is going to be for evergreen. Rosie says, my desk says I'm lying when I say I clean anything but agreed. Less grungy, yes. What? I don't even see you. Let's try that again. How soon after re-inking can you use your? I use mine right away. Carolyn, I think it depends on what kind of ink. Dye inks, I only re-inked my dye ink pad. So if you're not familiar with the core inks, which is all I'm using right now for these leaves, I'm using core inks. Core inks are either dye or they're a hybrid, and the hybrid is a pigment dye. I find for the hybrid, I've got to let them sit for a little bit. Oops. Before I can use them right away. But the dye ones I can use right away. And I feel like that's true also for the reactive, which are also hybrid inks, which I don't have out right now. Why are you stamping so weird? I don't understand. He's a hybrid. No, he's a dye. I should have re-inked him. But the reactive as well, I feel like I need to sit a little bit and let that ink kind of move down. Maybe that's because of the properties of dye. Like, just think about how dye inks kind of will soak into the fibers of your paper versus pigment ink will sit on top. So maybe that's why it seems to take longer for dye inks or pigment inks to, well, the hybrid inks, which are, again, a combo of pigment ink and dye ink, takes longer for them to really saturate the ink pad. Clearly, as you can see, I cannot talk stamp so well at the same time. So I'm sorry if that didn't make any sense, but that's what I'm thinking. But I did just re-ink some of my dye ink pads right before the live, and they're stamping beautifully. The only problem I'm having is with my ink pads that are a little dry. And I didn't realize some of these ink colors I don't use as much, so I didn't realize that they were as dry as they are. I use Paradise and Arctic all the time, so I knew that one was a little dry. All right, we're chugging along. Let's move on to this one, which is this guy here. And I'm going to try to do multiples now. No, I'm just worried I'm going to get confused. We'll just stick to one at a time. Hello, welcome. Oh, that's nice to remind everybody. That's kind. Okay, this one again is our moss. We have another chance with moss and forever. Hopefully we get a better stamp this time. This one I re-inked a while ago, my moss. And I over-inked it, re-inked it. I think myself included, I'm trying to learn, but I need to do a deep dive into re-inking because that's where I'm at right now. I got everything, all my ink pads need to be re-inked, and I have questions. So I think I need to do a deep dive into research on re-inking. All right, Forever Green. I wish you were juicier, but we're going to have to stamp you 1,000 times. Hello, Brian. Welcome, welcome. Oops, that's a little off. That's okay. Mississippi. I've been to Mississippi, but it's been a long time since I've been there. Oh, my poor Forever Green. Are you my last one? I have one more to stamp with you. All right. I'll endure. Okay. Nice. Okay, we are chugging along. And these, I'm taking this stamp set and going like all in, all in, creating the mandala with it, using, I think, almost every leaf in the set, if not, I'm actually using every leaf, but I'm using everything. So clearly this is a lot of stamping. You can create a beautiful card. You could even just use a couple leaves and a sentiment would be beautiful. You can create a smaller mandala. Beautiful. And yeah, there's a lot. I think you don't have to, you could change the palette completely. You know, that's one of the beauty of leaves. It can be, you could go for fall colors if you wanted to. Really cool. Oh, that would be so pretty though. A mandala with fall colors. Oh, I think that'd be really pretty. Sorry, I lost what I was doing. Okay, we're going to do this one here. I'm going to go ahead and pull off both stamps. Oh, I got them. That's this combo, actually. The Green Hills, then the Fresh Lawn. Oh, and the glitz. Yes, Rosie. That'd be very pretty. And these leaves have like a mid-century modern look to them, I feel like. Very stylized. I think that's so pretty and unique. All right, that one's done. And I just realized this while I stamped this one. A lot of these, even though all these leaves have a base and then a detail layer, a lot of these leaves could be just stamped without the detail layer. You just use the base and that's it. And that would remove one of the steps. And you'd get a different look. All right. Let's see. I'm going to have to put my head in the way to make sure. I can hear it's windy outside. That looks pretty good. Did you from the whole release? Yee! I love mid-century modern. I love it. My whole house is 60s. This is the right color. Fresh Lawn for the darker. So when I saw these leaves, that's what I thought too. And I was like, ooh, I really like the way these leaves look. Okay. We're speed stamping. It's like almost like it should be a sport. How fast can you ink blend a panel? How fast can you die cut out a scene? All right, next one. This is the last big leaf. So it may not feel like we're making progress, but we really are. Oh no, we have two. I take it back. We have two more leaves. We'll do this one here, which is this one. I could try to stamp multiple at the same time, but since they're different colors, I feel like I don't want to get confused. This is Paradise is the base. And then we're back to Bermuda for the detail layer. I'm going to stamp one more time. There we go. Let's grab the detail layer, which is directly under it. That looks good. Love it when we get it like on the first go. And Bermuda, this one I did re-ink as well. This color is gorgeous. I thought I re-inked it. Oh, there it goes. All right. Seeing the time. Oh, we're doing pretty good time. Pretty good. And these colors are getting better as they start to dry. Kind of move out and spread out and get a little more even. All right, the last leaf. This beautiful dark one here. That is this one up here in the upper right. And I'm going to go ahead and grab that detail layer too, put it to the side so we have it ready to go. Now we're going to use Fresh Lawn, which unfortunately is one of my ones that is kind of dry. And then we'll use a different color that we haven't used for the detail layer. I guess you're not as bad as I thought you were. All right, stop there. That back. Grab the detail layer. That looks good. Pick that up, and he gets stamped in pine, like the darkest green we have. Oh my gosh, so pretty once you start to see that contrast. Do one last time. All right, gorgeous. He might be my favorite. Such a pretty one. Okay, that finishes all the big ones. Now let's move on to the mandalas. Start with the biggest one, which is actually the same combo we just used. start the base with that Fresh Lawn. And I stacked the 2 mandalas up, but you could. It really is pretty. I know I feel like I'm not showing the set in the best light because I'm doing so much stamping, but it is such a beautiful set, and I can't resist stamping all of them. All the leaves are so pretty. Something. There we go. I gotta move this out of the way. I think he's making it hard for me to press down there. Oh yeah. Why? What's going on with you? I don't know. Okay. Very much stamped. Now we grab the detail layer. And then again, the fact that there's 2 mandalas centers, that's nice because then you can have a smaller one if you want. This is the detail for that one. So pull that off. And we'll stamp that. I just kind of turn it till it looks like it's in the right spot. Looks pretty good. This is that pine again, that beautiful dark color. Thank goodness for Misty's, right? Gosh, I do not know if I'd be as much of a stamper as I claim to be, I guess, without a Misty, to be honest. They are such a game changer. The fact that you can line up your stamps perfectly and then pick them up. And of course, stamp them multiple times. I mean, thank God for the Misty, right? All right, the last one is the smaller one. That down. I'm gonna go ahead and grab off the detail layer as well. And this one gets stamped in our lightest teals. Starting off with Arctic. Oh, and the tweezers. That's absolutely true, Hope. The tweezers. How could I forget? And I used to be, oops, looks like we may have lost connection for a second. Charging not available. Okay. We still have plenty of power. I don't know why it's saying that, but they're really pretty, Brian. They're really pretty leaves. I lost my train of thought. Oh yes, the tweezers. The tweezers are so good. I used to not ever use them. I didn't understand when people liked them. And then I started playing with them and I was like, oh my gosh. I think because they were reverse tweezers, there was a little bit of a learning curve. That looks good. But then once you got used to them, then it was, you can't live without them. And I really do mean that because I will go and craft other places and I will bring not one pair of tweezers, but 2. I need a backup. Well, I don't think I got that positioned as well, but that's fine. Maybe we should have spent a little bit extra time lining that up, but it's okay. It's really not that bad. All right, one more time. Ooh, I used Bermuda. That wasn't the right color. Oh, well, it's fine. I kind of like it though. Most used tools, right? Absolutely. What are some other ones, Charlene? What are some of your other most used tools? I'm always curious how other crafters, like what's their like must-haves, their like ride or die products. Okay, these are all done. Woo! I'm now going to stamp some of the smaller ones. And they are going to become at least the base. I'm going to stamp the base for some of the smaller ones. And that's going to be the start of our jig for them. So when I pulled off my acetate, I pulled off some of these. We'll definitely do this one because we have 4, that one. That's these. And I just had an idea. I think I might do it. I have an idea of stamping them multiple times, making extra, but inking them all up at once and maybe not using all of them. How many use? 1? Oh, the kittens are back. Kittens are back. Let's see, 1, 2. Ah, you can't climb up my shirt. 1, 2, 3. Just 3? Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. Where's the other one? This one I got. This one. So what we're going to do, you'll see me do it here in a second, but I'm going to end up stamping a bunch of leaves. I think it's easier. I have a die pick that I use for everything. Oh, moving stamps and die cuts around moving. Yes. Basically, anytime my fat fingers, please, Charlene, would get in the way. All right. Ah! V is trying to climb up my back. Why are you trying to do that? Okay. We'll start with the lightest color. We're just going to stamp 3 in this combo. It's going to be way more than we need, but I think this is the easiest way to do it. Oh no, oh, Oliver, you're scaring me. Don't do that. We were doing so good. They were doing their own thing for so long. Now they've got to go come over here and cause trouble. The positioner tool for dies and gems, yes, that's very handy. Okay, those are stamped. Okay, we're going to die cut everything out. I'm leaving these in the MISTI. That's important. Those stay in the MISTI. And there you can see Oliver's up here. We're going to grab the dies, start lining them up. So only 1 die for all these 3 leaves, so they're the same. Ow! V! I think she's trying to get my hair. That's what she's doing. She's trying to get my hair. That's why she's playing. Dude, don't stand on the keyboard. Oh my gosh. Sorry, you have to go down. I know. That's our new kitten. That's V. He's the boy. He's very sweet and cute, but he wants to go step on my keyboard. And that's where I'm like, I have to draw the line there, dude. I don't know what buttons you'll push. Oops, that's not the right one. All right, I got to do this on a flat surface. A little bit scared. A little bit scared what they're going to do. Because this is new to me. They're new to me. Still learning what mayhem they might cause. Oh, they're making Elodie mad. She hissed. I don't know if you guys heard that, but she hissed. She's like, get away. We found it. That's the way. All right, I need some more tape. It's funny how this one feels like it's so much longer than the first card when it's actually, we're going faster. It's just interesting. So just keep rotating till it looks right. That might be it. Yeah, it was a lot of stamping. It did go pretty quick. I don't know why. It feels, that's just how I'm feeling. It's just this feeling I have, like it's taking too long. Maybe because it's kind of repetitive. Even though the die cutting was too. So I don't know. Here's our tape. Okay. We're using every die. That's kind of how you know we've done every leaf. And this guy. And you know why he went over to my keyboard? Oliver did. Why he wants to. I thought he just wanted to like smell or sniff or whatever. No, I have obviously on my keyboard or on my computer the live pulled up so I can see the video footage. Well, he can see the video footage too. So he was trying to, you know, get my hands on the screen. Cats are so silly. All right. More pieces of tape. Rainbow hope. Why didn't I not think of rainbow? Oh my gosh, that would be gorgeous. That would be so pretty. That's such a good idea. Oh, I love that idea, Hope. That's really good. They would be so pretty stamped out in a rainbow. Wow. And the nice thing about stamping these, you're getting these colorful leaves. The nice, I should say, about these two-step stamps is you're getting these colorful leaves without having to color, which is nice. You're relying on your ink to color. Oh, good. I'm glad it's relaxing. That makes me feel good. I'm glad that is the case. We're just going to leave. I was going to rip you, but never mind. Okay. All of it. All the dies lined up. Woohoo! Ready to cut that out. We're going to have a bunch of leaves here. Just a second. You know what? I need to move my inks a little bit over here. Oh, and I'm just realizing I didn't grab my cards when I showed you guys the May kit. I think I know where they are. Okay. I know where my cards are, so I can show you the cards too, because the May kit, the May card kit, might have some things that you Oh, you're coloring, Rosie? That sounds really relaxing. There might be some things that are hard to tell what they are. So I need to grab my cards to show you guys. All right. We got one. We got one. Oh, they're so pretty, so rewarding. It's so rewarding to kind of start putting these together. Oh my gosh. Doing the monthly bills. That does not sound as relaxing as coloring, unfortunately. Adulting. Way overrated. Ooh. So worth it. So pretty. Get our little beautiful pile growing. I love it. Oh. Gotta love dies, right? I might be with you, Charlene. I might be on a die kick right now, too. It's funny because they're not new. Dies aren't new, but I'm just loving putting all those die cuts together. These are so pretty, though. I'm organizing. Oh, my never ends. Oh, I know it never ends. Just give up. Throw in the towel. I'll never find anything again. I'll have to buy 6 of everything. It's literally what I feel like doing. Or like just closing the door on my house and getting a new house. It's become just obnoxious. We have too much stuff. We've lived in this house too long. We have too much stuff. And I don't know what to do anymore. Good news is I die cut these nice. So that's great. They're going to be a great, the stamp and the die cut lined up really nice. So it's going to be really great for stamping multiples. So we've got a great jig going here for those 3. We're going to die cut these last 3 big leaves out. Unfortunately, I have to do it twice for this leaf. So it'll take a little bit longer. But then we will, but you know what we should do? I'm going to die cut a bunch of the smaller leaves out while we do this. So we can pop them into our jig. Start stamping leaves. Okay, so got those lined up. We're going to grab the 3 small dies. 3 small leaf dies and just pop them on here, and we're going to die cut out some bonus leaves at the same time. So those all popped out. Okay, he's done. One more to go. If I don't keep all the different items coming in organized, I get really anxious and overwhelmed. I understand you. That may be why I'm always anxious and overwhelmed, but I'm just not. I don't know. I need help. Someone needs to help me. I need a system. I don't think I have room. Like, I think I'm at the point where at critical mass where I have to get rid of things. That's what I think. I think I'm at that point. And I'm not wanting to accept that reality, that truth. So I live in piles, boxes and piles. That's how I've been doing it. And it's not just obviously my craft room, it's my whole everything. Kitchen. How does kitchens, they just keep getting stuff? Well, I should just cut out some more leaves while I did that, but I forgot. kitchen and my daughters, they have too much toys and things. Of course, they would be really mad at me for saying that, but it's true. They need to get rid of stuff as well. So that's why I feel like it's a lost cause. We just need to close the door and start over. Which obviously we cannot do, but sometimes that's what I wish I would do. It's like, close the door, let's just move into an Airbnb that's all ready to go and be done with all the stuff. Older stuff in a box to stash, but I keep pulling. Yeah, that's what I'm scared. That's what I'm scared of, Rosie. Like, I got to go back to, I feel like I got to go back to stuff. I'm terrified to get rid of anything because, like, I might need it. I might need it. What if I need it one day and I got rid of it? Okay. We got to at least cut these out 4 times. Probably even more. We've got, this will be the 4th set. I think 5. We'll do 5 sets. I think that'll cover all the colors we could possibly want. I just closed the kids' door. That's where we're at. I have to do that for the kids because I can't look at it anymore. It's scary in there. It's very scary. But I didn't use it for years and it was on the shelf. Yeah, I know. I feel the same. I know there's stuff I don't use and then all of a sudden I know I'm going to need it. Like the minute I decide I don't need it anymore and I think about getting rid of it or I get rid of it, that's when I'll be like, oh my gosh, I need that stamp set, or oh my gosh, I need that die, or whatever. So I'm scared. Okay, this is the 5th set, I think. Yeah, right? Yes. Yes, no, yes, no, yes. Okay, we got pile leaves here. We need that. Here's our jig. Put that in my pile over there. All right, we're ready to rock and roll now. Those are done. We've got these to do our 2nd stamping on, but we will get to that. But we want to keep them separate. So start by putting this in. And you know, I find when I do my jigs, I like to put tape on the back. Just holds it down better. So I'll grab my tape runner. Nestled in the corner. I'll still use the magnet. Great. And I didn't cut little notches. I usually do that too. Let's do it. Let's cut little notches. I know I stuck it down, but pull it off. Cut tiny little notches. So I have someplace to put my tweezers in to pull it out. Or, yeah, my tweezers. Do one more here. Get out of there already. That's good enough. Okay. There we go. So little notches cut out of those. Now we'll pop in our negatives. And I should separate these real quick into the different size types, I guess. It's another way to make sure I have 5. Do I have 5? I think I only have 4. I can't count. Oh, I do have 5 because I stamped the first set. That in. And that in. Okay. What color combo are we going to do next? Let's think here. Let's go back to the original. Hi, Wendy. How are you? Right? See, Beth, you like never know. Congratulations to them adopting a baby. That's awesome, little boy. That's so awesome. So we just did some of that color combo. Let's do this color combo. Once I sold a stamp set and bought it back. Right? That's going to be me. I think I've done that. I've done something like that. Maybe it wasn't a stamp, but maybe it was like clothes or something. Look at that. They're so lined up so nice. Okay, those guys are done. Pop those out. Put them in our little other pile. So much easier than lining up die, stamping them and then lining up dies. So much easier. Okay, let's pop in our next set. And again, we'll have more than we need, but I'm going to just store these in with my stamps, and then I have these leaves ready to go for next time. Thank you. That background color. Oops, I'm sorry, V. I didn't realize you're back there. I'm sorry. I sat on her a little bit. Moving my chair. That color is a Hero Arts cardstock. Pesto, I think it is. It's a beautiful. No, it's Meadow. It's Meadow. Which is also a beautiful color. Okay, we're gonna do a quick clean. But today I'm gonna use a Spellbinders one because it's one that's included in the card kit. So you might have extra of this. And I thought, well, I'll use that color because you got some included in your card kit if you got the card kit. Let's go back to the OG. And we'll go, we did this color combo. Okay, this one, which is this. Oh no, we'll do that. We're gonna get 5. We might have more than 5. We might have to be choosy. So that one's Fresh Lawn and Green Hills. Here it is. I was just thinking, I don't need to ink. I don't need to stamp these. Maybe I won't stamp these. Going rogue. We have one more left. We have none left. Where is it? We have 2 left. Since this is the only one, I just want to copy my original card just to save brain power. I have 2 large boxes of kits and then have overflowed onto the other shelves. Oh my gosh, Hamla. I feel you. I feel you. Okay, we'll be done with that one. He goes into his own pile. Let's see. So I did that. I have to do this. I did that. Okay. Right? Yes. We'll do this one. I'm sorry if this doesn't make sense right now. I think it will once I get to, it just dawned on me that I don't have to stamp all 3 at once. I could do a couple or 1. Okay, he's done. Now this last one in Fresh Lawn. Okay, that's done. And now we'll finish up with our couple other leaves. Did that. So we'll did that one. We'll do this one. We only do 1 of those? Oh no, we do 2, 3. Okay. Well, lost the script a little bit here, but that's okay. It's fine. And I'm going to do you the same color. Then we'll have this guy. And this we'll do in the dark greens. Yeah, it really is a game changer. Hi, Vicky. For sure. What would we do without one, right? I don't know how we'd mass produce stuff. We'd have to be printing things. See, because this was when I realized that's silly. I could have done all these three at one time. Oh, well. Those are our outliers. And then last ones. Nope, we don't need to do that. We did that. We did that. We're done. We're done. Let's got plenty. We have plenty. Okay. All right, now it's time to line up the detail layers. So I'm gonna pop a set in here. And then we'll do the detail layer. So since I'm all done with the bases, I can take those off. And we'll line them up. We'll start with this one. He goes on this guy. Great. This one goes with this one down here. And this is the last one. We got a first go. I love that. Okay. These are stamped in Arctic, and then they get 1 degree darker, which is paradise, for their detail layer. Okay. We'll use these tweezers. This set is done. And that detail layer is lined up now to do all the other little tiny leaves. So we have another set of the same color. Okay. Do a quick wipe down. These are stamped in kiwi and they get a degree darker with green hills. I just thought you could make like a wreath with these leaves. Oh, that would be so pretty. Okay. Another set done. Beautiful. Put those over there. Okay, these go stamped in Fresh Lawn, and then their detail layer is the darker pine. And there's actually a guide included in the Stampin' Cut set that I don't have that you can use. It's an acetate sheet paper, or acetate sheet, I guess, acetate panel with a mandala design printed on it that you can use as a guide to kind of help position your stamps. Or you can wing it like what I did. I created my own mandala and just winged it. So that's possible too. You know, there's not like one way to create a mandala. Okay. Couple more to go. This is stamped in Paradise, and then it gets stamped in Bermuda for the detail. Awesome. And then last, we have these two like ginkgo leaves. This one was stamped in, what was it stamped in? It wasn't kiwi. Oh, Fresh Lawn. No, Green Hills, and then it gets Fresh Lawn. Hello, welcome. We're wrapping up this card. You came at a good time. We're about to put it together and then move on to the May card kit, a sneak peek of the May card kit. And this one gets the Forever Green. Okay, that's the last one. Woohoo! I'm gonna move all these inks out of the way. So I have a little more room. Forever Green. We do have a sentiment stamp still, but that won't take very long. Ooh, you had a nap? I'm very envious. That sounds great. I'm sure you needed it, so don't feel bad. All right, last leaf stamped. All right. I'm going to quickly pull off the detail layers, put them back. Remove our jig. That was such a helpful tool to stamp a bunch of those leaves at once without having to line up the dies every time, because that would be tricky. Takes some time to line up those die cuts, especially when, or those dies, especially when they're teeny tiny little images. Okay, so I'm going to use that panel here. This is fern cardstock, but I do want to trim it down. We want a little border around, so I'm going to trim it down 1/8. That should give me about 1/16. It's about 1/16. So we'll do, it's 4 1/4, so we're down an eighth. So it would be 4 1/8. And we're going to do the same over here. It's 5 1/2. So it'll be 5 3/8. Oops. And I'm going to grab my card base and we're going to stick this guy right on down. Perfect. Look at that. I missed the day. I understand that. That's why I can't take naps. Even though I need them, I feel weird when I wake up from them. And so I don't take them, which I don't know. Not sure that's a good thing. Probably not a good thing. But probably good for if your body needs a nap. It's probably your body telling you need this. If you're falling asleep, you might need it. Okay. Now let's arrange our die cuts. I'm gonna grab the original here. I have to avoid naps because I'm a huge grouch if you take a nap. That's really interesting, Charlene. I just feel weird. I feel so weird when I wake up. Oh my gosh, look, it already looks so pretty. Okay, start arranging them. And I got my press and seal somewhere. I'm going to need it in a minute. When it's raining outside, oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. That sounds like a little bit of heaven on earth. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down now. So we got that part done. Okay. Chugging along. It's going to be a little different. There's like no way I can make it exactly the same. That's okay though. There's nothing wrong with that. Now I'll start putting in these little guys. Popping in some of the open spaces. Isn't it pretty? I love, and I think any way you do it, it's going to be beautiful because they're just beautiful stamped leaves. They're just pretty. And Charlene's card was stunning with this set. She has a video. Definitely check out, if you like the set, definitely check out Charlene's video on our channel because she made really pretty different colors. She used different colors. So striking. Okay. That one's a little different than the OG, but that's fine. Who's the one I didn't get stamped? I could pop in this one instead, though. But then we have two the same leaf next to each other. Can't do that. Oh, but we could do this. Okay, we're gonna do that. I love it. Great. All right, I like that. Okay, we're gonna pick it up with our press and seal. That's what I like about it too, that it's not perfectly symmetrical. It's such a unique idea for a mandala, right? Okay, flip this over. And now it is time to go crazy with foam adhesive. Do I have squares? That would make things easier. Digging in the archives. Well, I have circles. That'll work. Problem is getting these babies out of here. Okay. Not as easy as it looks. Is this easier than cutting strips? I don't know. You didn't do a video for that one? Oh, I thought you did. Oh, you have it on your blog. Well, definitely check out her blog. But if you don't, Charlene has an incredible YouTube channel, which I'm sure most of you guys already know because Charlene's amazing. Check out her channel. She's an incredible teacher and she makes beautiful projects. Ouch. Cats are back. Hello, V. What are you doing? But check out her blog too. I guess the card I'm thinking of is on her blog. So if you want to see another example of this set. Ouch. Okay, that hurts. Okay. At least got some on all the little ones. I'm going to use this this here for the big ones. Isn't pretty, but no one's going to see it. Oh, yeah? Isn't that one great? The one from Crop and Create? Yeah, it was so awesome. Layering stencils and the die. Very great set. I'm getting so many scars. Yes. She tried to climb up my leg one time when I was eating because she wanted to see what I had, and that really hurt. You gonna come to the desk? You can get on the table? Nope. Okay. You don't have to. Oh, it's almost perfect. I need one more. This feels wasteful, but I want to make sure I use the same thickness of foam adhesive. There we go. Okay, time to remove the back. Everything has got foam on it now. Ready to pop this guy down. They're so good. Yes, they're so good, right, Rosie? So if you guys aren't sure what we're talking about, Crop and Create is an awesome event put on by Scrapbook Cards and Today. They have events going often, a couple of times a year, maybe even more than that. The last one was for the spring, and Hero Arts, they have a lot of companies participate and make products exclusively for the event. And Hero Arts had an awesome layering stencil set with a coordinating cover plate die. And it was really fun to play with that and some hero wax. We did some fun things. But yes, the kits, the class, the event, you get a huge kit full of products. It's an amazing event. So definitely check it out. Crop and Create is the event. If you've never done one, I really encourage you to do it. When I go to Simon Says Stamps Create event, and I meet so many of you guys in person, so many people talk about crop and create. They love it. And I can see why. It's so good. So it's well worth the money, and it's really well put together. Yep, the fall. We have one coming in the fall. Okay, I think I got all of it off. Great. Okay, I'm not going to stand up because V is actually sitting in my lap right now, and I don't want her to move. So I'm going to try to center this seated, even though that's not the best way. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. The shadows that it creates with that dimension. Next level. Oh my gosh, I love this card. It's so worth it. Such a pretty card. Oops. This guy did not follow the rules. He was a rule breaker and stuck to the press and seal and not my paper. That's not what you're supposed to do. I'm going to pop that out again. Okay, there. So pretty. Oh, it doesn't ship to Europe? I didn't realize that. That stinks. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that they didn't do that. I thought they did. Because Scrapbook Cards in Today is in Canada. You try to get my hand? You crazy. Okay, we are going to do the sentiment last. Last thing we have to do. Woohoo! Grab my trusty Misty again. And some black cardstock. I got a scrap here. We'll use that. Oh, V's going to come up here now, I think. Maybe not. She's thinking about it. We have just enough room for this guy to go here. Okay, we're going to do some paint embossing. So I'm going to put down some anti-static powder. They do ship, but the shipping these days is so expensive. The box is huge, though. Oh. Whoop. That should do it. Oh, there you go. Now you get to see V. Let's grab our white pigment ink. All right, now you got to move because I got to close my Misty. Come here. You stay right there. Stamp it a couple times using white pigment ink. Oops, sorry, V. Watch your head. Watch your little head. She's definitely going to help, right? She can only help. All right, we're going to get some white embossing powder. She's going to want to chase my hand on screen too. You can't do that. That is the one place you can't go, is the keyboard. Okay, now she's gonna maybe get scared. I'm gonna turn the heat tool on, see what happens. Okay, watch out, watch out. Ah! Well, it's definitely not my best heat embossing. Somebody was getting kind of close, but I'll show you, you can see all the white specks. Ah, it's terrible, but we'll do my trick. It's not the best thing in the world. It's better if you can do a good heat embossing, but oh my gosh, you better not start swatting the camera. Oh no. I always take a little black marker and go over any of the white heat embossing that got out. Or stuck to the paper and I didn't want it to stick. Nope, not on the keyboard. Oh, just not on the keyboard. God, can't be on the keyboard. I'm sorry. Sorry. You can be here in my lap, but you can't be on the keyboard. Okay, we're gonna finish. She is very cute. She's very cute. She's a unique pattern. She's like orange stripe and brown gray striped all in one. Okay, I'm gonna trim this with my paper, with my craft knife. Make my sentiment strip. She's a good girl too. She didn't do that much. She's back. Okay. That looks great. Now I'll just trim off the excess on the sides with my scissors. And this will go on with a little bit of foam adhesive to finish it off. Oh my gosh, the card's so pretty. I'm going to use some black foam adhesive just because I think it's a black sentiment strip. It just looks nicer. Ouchie, you're scratching me. It's a little thick though. Don't I have anything thinner? We'll use this. We'll use this. Ow, V. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. Don't climb on my back. Don't climb on my back. All right. Place that down. That ain't straight. Let's try that again. Oh my gosh, she's going crazy. I don't know what she's trying to do. All right, I think that's where it's going to be. All right, done. Why does it look off? I don't know. Ow, V. Ow, 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 ow. We'll just cut it. I don't know. It looks a little off to me, but maybe I'm overthinking it. All right. We'll call that done. I'm going to mess around. Oh, it's upside down. Well, that's a problem. That's kind of a problem. Why is the sentiments always like the hardest part, right? It's like the thing we can never seem to get. Everything's good, and then the sentiments, the hardest part. All right, I think that's it. We're done. Woo! Pretty, 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 pretty. I love the way it turned out. Such a beautiful stamp set. So pretty. Gorgeous. Such a fun one to play with different color combos. I want to, Hope had a great idea of doing a rainbow. Rosie suggested the glitz, but kind of like a fall palette. That would be amazing too. Such a fun one. All right, guys. Thank you for being so patient. I know that one was a long one. Let's move on to you're going to love it, Crystal. I hope it gets to you soon. Let's move on and look at the new May kit. So everything that you've seen so far is from the April Hero Studio release. And if you haven't ordered like the Stampin' Cut or the card kit for April, you can still get those today, but today's the last day. Tomorrow is when it'll switch over to ordering for May. And we'll have all of our same subscriptions as we did last month. The card kit, the Stampin' Cut, the cling, the layering stencils, and the die set. We'll have all those subscription options again for May, but today I'm only going to show you the card kit. And Oliver, he's coming up here. He's excited to see it too. All right, so here is the May card kit. Ooh, that's April, Shannon. May is over here. So first up is this gorgeous, awesome die set. This die set, oh, I gotta move Oliver. He wants to get my hands on the screen. Oh, sorry, baby, you're all tangled up in the cords. I'm sorry. See, you pushed all these buttons. That's why we can't do that. So first up is this really pretty die set. It creates a flower truck, lots of beautiful dies, and I have to go run and get my cards because you can't really tell from what it is in that. Oops. Okay. So I got my cards so I can show you what it looks like. Stampin' Die of the April. Yeah, the Leaf Mandala set was the Stampin' Die. Did I say the wrong thing? I might have said the wrong thing. All right. This is not released yet. You're getting a sneak peek of the May card kit. This is the May Hero Studio May card kit of the month. And first up, what's included is this awesome die set. It's a large die set that creates this very cool truck that actually opens, that you could put shelves in and you can have it open or closed. It doesn't move, but you can have it either opened or closed. Here I show it closed, but you can have the truck open and have shelves, and then you can got it, Rosie. Thank you for answering our question. I appreciate that. And then you can create these beautiful flowers. And the card stocks that you see here are actually included in the card kit. So all of these colors, these beautiful colors. So this truck and all of the flowers you see here is created with this die set. And there's going to be so many amazing cards for you guys to see with this set. And I'll put that here. Also included, which I accidentally showed on screen already, is an incredible stamp set. Grabbing some white cardstock to put behind it. This incredible 6x8 stamp set that creates the sentiment you see here, as well as these additional flourishes. There's also a couple cans and sweet little bees and labels, bunch of sentiments. These cans pair with the next product, which is Also included in the card kit, in addition to all this, is a 4-piece layering stencil set that builds a beautiful bouquet of flowers that you can pair with the cans, or you can even use all on their own. So here's a card I created with those flowers. So nice and easy way to get some flowers. The stencils are the easiest way to go to get lots of color and texture, detail. And you can see here the pot or the can, I use that large can, colored it, stamped a flower from this set, sentiment from this set, and even those cute little bees are all from that set. Such a beautiful, beautiful stamp sets. I love the sentiments. I love the way they look. They look so Art Nouveau and French. And then that awesome layering stencils. And you can see the dies, which I haven't showed on screen. There's also dies, coordinating dies for all the sentiments and the cans and label and bees and flowers, everything here. There's a coordinating die for, except for some of the flourishes. There's no dies for the flourishes, but almost everything there's a die for that coordinates with this stamp set. Did you have so much fun with this, Charlene? It's really pretty. And then there's even a die for the bouquet that you create with the stencils. So really gorgeous set. Kind of building on a flower farmer's market kind of idea. Like you're bringing the flowers home. You have a flower truck. And of course, there's cardstocks, which I pointed out here on this card. But these are, let's turn that one around so you don't see the cup side. These are all the cardstock colors you get. I think how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, that's right. 9 cardstock colors. Aren't they pretty? Yes, perfect for Mother's Day. Absolutely. That's so smart. Really pretty colors. Great for your flowers. Great for the truck. And just what a pretty palette, right? Just gorgeous. So that is the May card kit of the month. You'll be seeing some more sneak peeks of this coming out on Hero Art's website, as well as we'll be sharing on our socials as well. But it's, what did I say? You can use a stencil alone. Yes, totally alone. Maybe on opposite corners. Ooh, Rosie. You need to make that card. That's a good idea on the corners. Or even just top bottom if you want to do it even simpler. That's so smart, Rosie. Do it. That's a good idea. Ouchie me. I didn't do that, but now I wish I would have. I know. It's a good idea, but it's so smart to throw it out there. So yeah, that's the kit. It's awesome. We'll be doing sneak peeks of this and the other subscriptions coming this week, so you can see all that. I'm going to move to the forward camera. And that basically will complete our April Stampin' Craft. The release for this is May 1st. So all of the new Hero Studio products will be officially released May 1st. We will start doing sneak peeks tomorrow. So start seeing the sneak peeks and seeing the other subscriptions. On May 1st, though, we'll have a blog hop where a lot of the creative team will share their projects and videos. So definitely head over to Hero Art's blog on May 1st. Check out the new products and also check out all the creations by the creative team, which several are here today. They're just so amazing. They always come up with brilliant things, just like what Rosie just came up with these products. They use them in such unique ways. And then on the next day, May 2nd, which I think is Friday. Yes, it's Friday. And I've already made the live for this, so you can go hit the notify me one if you want to make sure you catch it. But on Friday, we'll have a live where I will show all the products, share a bunch of cards created by the creative team, and I'll even make a project at the end of the live with the new products from May. So I hope you guys enjoyed this live. Thank you so much for sticking around all of it and creating our 2 cards. I love the way this one turned out. So pretty. And where's our first one? We made this guy and, oh yeah, over here. This one. Yee, they turned out so good. Such a fun kit of April. And again, these are still available. So if you love this, you can definitely still get these, but today's the last day. All right, bye, everybody. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will hopefully see you guys on Friday for the May Spotlight Live. Bye, everyone.